and see a chick hatching from one. Damn it. Keep fucking rhythm, man. Do not pay attention to that tea light that isn't on. Whatever you do, do not pay attention to that tea light that isn't on. Okay? Because that will be a little bit disappointing. It's lost its wick. Don't ask why. Don't ask questions about the tea light. The only questions you should be asking is, what am I wearing, what am I doing, and what am I going to talk about? And this is where I tell you what I'm going to be talking about. Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about... I'm not going to be talking about anything. I'm going to be talking you through my very own diary entries. I used to think that writing diary entries was unpopular until I read Anne Frank's. It changed my mind. There was no humour whatsoever, apart from when she said she couldn't remember whether she left her knickers outside the bookcase or not. I found that funny. And on reflection, her not knowing where her knickers were could have gone many different ways. And when she realised she had them on, I was actually quite disappointed with the outcome. Anyway, her diary entry was actually quite depressing, though I was somewhat inspired by how well the diary entries sold around the world. Let's be real, if she can find the inspiration from behind a bookshelf with no food or water, I'm sure I can do better sitting on a park bench with a fish and chips and the occasional crisp packet wrapper slapping me in the face when the wind blows. I think people round here must like double-deckers, and no, I'm not talking about the buses on steroids, I'm talking about the chocolate bar with marshmallow in. I'm going to read you some of my diary entries today, and hopefully you enjoy listening to them. Maybe I can release them to the big wide world and sell more than Anne. And to be frank, mine are more interesting. Dear Diary, today Dadeed. Dear Diary, today Dadeed, I let my dog eat some leftover cake from my plate because I left it on the floor and was more bothered about the film I was watching than the dog was minding his calories. He didn't mind, but I did because he left crumbs over the floor. I hate hoovering up because it's boring, but at least the dog is still alive and hasn't died because he shouldn't eat a Just Love Food vegan chocolate cake from Tesco. To be fair, he probably enjoyed it more than I did. Maybe he's secretly vegan, not carnivore. The dog likes to lick himself in his downstairs region. Can I blame him? Well, that's actually where that diary entry ended. Dear Diary, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that I thought I'd do a bit of adulting on Saturday and prepare some cut fruit to put into some porridge in the mornings. It was enjoyable cutting the fruit, and I felt the urge to shake the Tupperware box vigorously afterwards. The conclusion was that the pieces of fruit were left drowning in their own juices for 3 days. The bad news is that the fruit sat drowning in its own mixed juices for 3 days. The fruit was soggy. It was confusing tasting a combination of all three of my choices, which were strawberry, pineapple and kiwi. The fruit tasted bitter, and in the porridge, I couldn't finish one bowl, never mind having it every morning. Why porridge? I wanted a consistent breakfast that could be quick to make and healthy. Though I don't want it again tomorrow, let again all week. A thought rattling around my brain as I put pen to paper, that's actually a lie, because I was putting fingers to iPhone screen. A thought rattling around my brain as I put fingers to iPhone screen is that my only option is to blend all the drowned fruit up to create a somewhat smoothie or bin it. Hopefully you're all enjoying listening. Oh, nearly blew all the candles out. That would have ruined the vibe. Dear Diary, I like lighting candles. I prefer a non-scented one because if a scented one is on too long, I found it leaves me a little woozy. When a candle is lit, I cannot overthink because the jittering flame is a light, and if the person that invented candles knew that one was overthinking while a candle was lit, he or she would have said, fucking scrap it, there's no point. Dear Diary, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realise that the most important thing is time. Time is precious. How do you spend your time? Teenagers take time for granted, then reach their 20s and start to feel like they don't have enough. Elderly think time is precious too. Possibly more so. They will start to ask themselves the question, will I ever do that thing that I've always wanted to do? Apologise for the dog opening the door. Will I see my grandchildren grow up? Well, looking back at teenagers thinking they have so much time. Elderly women look at young men thinking what a handsome chap. Meanwhile, elderly men look at younger women thinking, wow, if only I was 60 years younger. Time is precious. Spend it wisely. I'm going to bed now because I need to let myself rest for around 12 hours. Night. Dear Diary, today a colleague revealed to us that she has chickens, and I said, oh my god, chickens are pretty cool, they lay eggs. As a lad in my 20s, I decided to take myself out of the conditioning that has been forced upon me, that is to not ask stupid questions because it makes you look stupid. I rebelled, I did it anyway. When you buy eggs from the store, why do they not have baby chicks inside? I asked. I later found out it was because chicken eggs are in fact female chicken periods. Period. Wow, I'm a good egg. I still don't know where chicken eggs actually come from. Maybe at some point in the future I'll walk past a chicken pen and see a chick hatching from one, and then I'll steal it and take it home with me, because that's where the chicks like to come. My home. I wish that was true, but it's not. I could Google where a chicken comes from, but I might be disappointed at the outcome, like I was disappointed at the outcome of whether Anne Frank had her knickers on or off. A hen, a female chicken, does not need to have intercourse with a rooster, a male chicken, to lay eggs. That's today's fun fact. I like the name rooster. It feels good to say. Rooster. Rooster. I like saying ooh. Rooster. Ooh, anyway. I had an omelette afterwards because I was in an excellent mood. I shall stop now, if without the knowledge of a 1-minute TikTok video, an inexperienced cook wouldn't know how to produce. After one attempt, it's like riding a bike. Months later, I can whip one up, but I don't very often because I prefer scrambled. Omelettes are a little bit shit.